The member for Capricornia.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Deputy Prime Minister representing the Minister for Resources and Northern Australia. Will the Deputy Prime Minister outline to the House how the government's approach to the Carmichael mine will generate jobs right across Australia while also protecting our environment? Is he aware of any threats to the jobs that this project will deliver, including jobs in my electorate of Capricornia?
The Deputy Prime Minister has the call.
Well, Mr Speaker, I thank the honourable member for a question and note the intense interest Central Queensland and North Queensland has in the tens of thousands of jobs that would be delivered by the development of the Galilee Basin. And we know how important this mine is also for the income-earning potential of our nation. Australian coal exports are worth in excess of $34.5 billion and employ 44,000 people. And the employment of people is vitally important, and I know the member for Capricornia and the member for Flynn and the member for Dawson see this as incredibly important to their electorate. I was speaking to the member for Dawson yesterday about the big issues about getting more employment into especially the Townsville area, and he well might say that because Townsville's unemployment at 11.3% would mean that you'd think that the member for Herbert would be a strong supporter of the Carmichael mine, that the member for Herbert would stand behind the coal workers, would stand behind not only the coal workers and the miners of Central Queensland if the member for Herbert was interested in jobs, but also that in those in South Australia who are interested in the steel workers having jobs, that they'll stand behind the delivery of the steel for these mines. But of course they don't. They don't. The member for Herbert and the member for Shortland, the member for Hunter, they just don't stand up for their coal workers. They don't stand up for their coal workers. They don't stand up for their miners. And of course, you can never actually tell what the member for Maribyrnong, the Leader of the Opposition, supports. The Leader of the Opposition's in here today. Big football game on tonight. He's got a maroon tie and a blue shirt. A maroon tie and a blue shirt. He's obviously supporting New Queensland South Wales land. He's supporting New Queensland South Wales land. He used to support South Melbourne. 7 years after they left, South Melbourne became Sydney. He changed to Collingwood. He's very reliable, the Leader of the Opposition. He used to support Gillard over Rudd, then he supported Rudd over Gillard. He used to support labourers, but he doesn't support them anymore. No. He's turned his back on the labourers. The Labor Party's turned his back on the labourers.
The Deputy Prime Minister will resume his seat. The Deputy Prime Minister will resume his seat. I've asked the Deputy Prime Minister to resume his seat. No, the Deputy Prime Minister can now resume his seat. The member for Grain can resume his seat. And we're going to move to the next question.